Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 8th of April 2022. Thanks for joining me. I want to use the Universal Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about Friday and what energy you'll be working with. So I'm just going to shuffle these cards a few times. Then I'm going to choose 3 to see what's going on this day. First card is the Sun. Lovely. The Four of Pentacles in reverse, nice. The ability to let go and to see beyond the practical and into the spiritual. And finally, the Queen of Swords. And to me, this says you regain your strength in a way that says, do you know what? Trauma from childhood can be healed. Just because something happened to you in the past that was negative or damaging doesn't mean you have to walk around with these wounds for the rest of your life. You trust yourself when it comes to the way you think and the way you make decisions. And it's almost like you outgrow something today. Because you see the bigger picture, one, you can care for your inner child and see yourself as you once were, and you can see the beauty in yourself, while at the same time seeing all the expertise and how you've educated yourself and how you've grown and what you've achieved in your actual life. And then together, this sense of care, along with a certain level of respect for yourself, you're able to look past your life as it is now, and it no longer defines you. So you completely get your power back. And you're able to say, do you know what? I am now friends with myself. I have all these skills. I want the best for me. Like, you know, if you have a child of your own, I mean, I'm obviously not an expert because I haven't had my own child. But what people always say is that you care about this little thing so much, not just because it's an extension of yourself, but because the love you feel for this little person is just infinite. You want to protect it at all costs and care for the child, and you become similarly precious to yourself. And if you see yourself as precious and valuable and amazing and charming and delightful and joyful, then of course you're going to use everything at your disposal to make your life the best it can be. And I really like this spread. It's very encouraging to me. Okay, so the 19th card in the Major Arcana is the Sun, and that says something similar, you know, because we have 21 cards in the Major Arcana. Starts with the Fool, the Fool's journey. He goes through all these things, and then by the time you get to the 19th card, you've been through a lot. You've had death, you've had the Hanged Man, the Tower, you've had the Empress and the Hierophant and the Lovers and all these things. So the fact that the Sun, getting in touch with your inner child and your true passion, it comes so late in the Major Arcana is actually a wonderful sign that we're not victims of our experience. And if we have been wounded or damaged, then that doesn't exclude us from recapturing our inner child and seeing that it's still there, it's still happy. There are no scars on this little body. It's perfect the way it is, and it gives me real hope that we can all reclaim ourselves and our inner joy and all these fabulous things. So if you feel like, oh, you know, life has been pretty rough, I've had a difficult time here, and my experience has shaped who I am in the here and now. And particularly, I don't necessarily like what my life has turned me into, and I'm powerless to change that, because what's happened has happened. My neural pathways are now set up the way they're supposed to be. Then that's not something that's set in stone. You can change it. And I think fundamentally, it's not that you have to do it by yourself. It's that the universe is always there talking to you. The sunlight is on you, whether it's cloudy or raining in a real world sense or not, doesn't matter. And if you find this moment of appreciation for yourself that says, hang on, actually, I have done a lot, regardless of my experiences, then, how do I say this? There's not a blemish on you. You're blemish free. So we've got the Sun here. That's the solar plexus chakra. That's what gives you joy and control. The sunflowers, which are always kind of turning their little heads to get the most sun, that's you as well. You're always looking for the best possible outcome for yourself, whether you realize it or not. And today you have this breakthrough, something happens, or you realize something, you see something that does fill you with enthusiasm and motivation and joy. It makes you want to throw your hands in the air and to celebrate, jump on your little pony and go for a joyride. So allow yourself to do that. It's through joy that you learn who you are today, or that you reclaim yourself. It's not through difficulty and analysis, and it's really having fun in the moment, and the real you is revealed in that moment. So the Four of Pentacles, when it's this way around, we've got the miser with his face there. My money, my cash. And that's really the problem the miser has. He's got confused somewhere along the way. He thinks that his fortune is his security, and that has become the number one priority. And he's left the town and completely isolated himself because he doesn't trust anyone anymore. He's paranoid. Everyone's out to get me. They want to steal my these treasures that I've accumulated through my hard work, and I'm self-made and all this stuff. And because he's made that mistake, seeing money as his security rather than connection with others, connection with the inner child, connection with the universe, that's really our security as human beings, isn't it? The fact that we can love and experience these good things. It's more difficult to do that on your own, and particularly if you think that material possessions are what makes me happy. Sooner or later, most people realize that actually, do you know what, the new car doesn't make me happy for longer than 5-10 minutes. And then it's like, okay, well, I need an upgrade. Or the fresh car smell has gone, so I'm no longer thrilled with it. Good news is the car is in reverse. So even if you have made that error in thinking in the past, you're able to Control Alt delete it out of your life and see yourself as you truly are and realize what does make you happy. And particularly, it's an appreciation for yourself that's going to make you happy. And the cards are saying that it's never too late to change your perspective around, especially with the Queen of Swords on your side, because she is one of the most intelligent characters in the tarot. We've got the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Who else is bright in the tarot? I'd say the Hierophant has a lot to offer. And these are all Justice card, obviously. Anything that has a sword in it has an affinity for abstract thinking, ideas, communication, and then bringing that sword down and deciding one way or another. The difference between the King and the Queen is that the Queen works with what already is. So she's an amazing judge, because people will come to her little throne room here and say, this is our dispute, give us an answer one way or another. And she's able to look at it fairly and look at the greater good, bring the sword down, and to create resolution, right? That's the point. The King is able to take an idea that only exists in his mind, and he's able to create something in the real world that other people then have to respond to. And similarly, he's fair-minded, and he wants to do something that is for the benefit of humanity. So with the Queen here, you're able to see yourself in a way that you haven't seen before, or where you've galloped off in the wrong direction, and you're able to reclaim the truth of it, the truth of who you are and what your life is about. Bring the sword down and say, okay, now that I've seen this, I'm sticking with it, and I'm going to work with this, and take practical action to make my life reflect this positive view of myself. So for instance, if you feel, or if somewhere you have been wounded and it's like some sort of negative belief has taken hold. You asked someone out on a date once and they rejected you. Not only did they reject you, but they insulted you. And you're like, oh my God, I'm unlovable, and I'm going to be alone forever. Then if that belief is there, you're much more likely to isolate and to not ask anyone else out and not to take that kind of emotional risk. But the cards are saying, even if that kind of stuff has happened, you're able to see it for what it is, and you're able to create new inner beliefs that are going to serve you because they're healthier and more positive, and they're likely to generate a much better future. I also like that this Queen of Swords is sitting by the ocean here, because the ocean is about intuition and compassion and love. So not only is she is she an intellectual in terms of experience and ideas and skills, but also she's an emotional expert. Her emotional intelligence is through the roof. So it's about reclaiming the real you, which I love and adore, because I think we all have to do that at some point, to reevaluate the way we're going about our business and to say, wow, I'm really like selling myself short here, or where did I get this wrong impression of myself? Is it really that dreadful and bad? No. Okay. 19 and 4 is 23, and 1 is 24, is it? 5, 1 and 4 is 5, and 19 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6, and 6 is a temporary opportunity. So this is a window that opens and it says, hey, look at yourself so that you can reclaim your inner child. It's not something that we can do every day. So this is a temporary opportunity where the universe is really giving us a chance to say, okay, see yourself differently, or see yourself as you truly are, or see yourself as you you want to be in future. So I hope that gives you some idea of the day's energy and what you'll be working with, or what you can work with. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe and share the video online. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.